Welcome back. So you know how much we love local here on Good Day, local businesses like craft breweries.
Yes, and you know how much we love our veterans. So of course it makes sense to just put the two together. And Brew's TagaBrew, which supports vets, Russ and Jan Juliette are here to explain. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us.
Hey,
really
so
appreciate it.
Good morning to you two. First, tell us a little bit about your background in your business.
Well, the business started back in 2014. It started in Michigan, and then Russ and I, when we came on board, we didn't start it. We have to be full transparency. There was another couple in Gobles, Michigan that started it, and they were looking for partners and looking to kind of pull back and retire at some point. So we came on board and we said, well, how come there aren't more breweries in Ohio on the trail and other places? And they're like, I don't know. So we said, well, we're going to add some breweries in Ohio. And we came down, and Toledo was the first spot, like Russ mentioned to you guys earlier, that really welcomed us. Patron Saints was the first brewery that we added down here. And then it just kind of grew and spread throughout. We're in about 185 breweries now in Ohio alone. We're up to almost 600 on the whole trail, and we're in 20 states, including 2 locations in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So.
Wow, this thing is moving.
Yes, and it's ongoing.
Definitely
but
is.
We do mini trails and all kinds of different promotions throughout.
Once it kind of hits an area, it spreads and grows as people kind of learn about it when they go into the tap rooms and they see our displays. And we have an amazing community that loves being advocates for us. So when your customers are some of your best brand ambassadors that go out and get the word out, it's very humbling, and it really helps.
Yeah, and folks at home right now, they're like, well, so what is this? What is TagaBrew?
So what you do is, you know, unlike some of the other passport programs where you get a stamp in a booklet or something like that, you go to the different craft breweries and you collect these copper memory tags, and they are embossed with the brewery's name, city, state, and then each brewery has their own unique charm. So no 2 breweries in the same state have the same charm, and it's just a nice little memento that they can take home with them and say, hey, remember when we went here? Remember when we went here? Or tell their friends, oh my gosh, I went here and I had this beer, this beer, this beer. And then we also do meetups and pub crawls and all kinds of fun things for our collectors. So it's more of a community. But the cool thing about TagaBrew is that we have collectors in their mid-20s. We have collectors, we have a couple that goes around there in their 80s. We have people coming in from multiple states for events. It's for couples, it's for singles, it's for groups. It really does cross all boundaries, and it's a really cool thing.
You had mentioned recently that you had done a Halloween.
Yes.
Yes, tell me a little bit about that.
So we had about 50 to 60 people TagaBrewing through Toledo. We started at Black Frog, and then we headed over to 60cc, Patron Saints, Ernest, their new location downtown.
Inside the 5.
And then Inside the 5, and then Quenched and Tempered is where we ended the night. So we had a pretty good time with that. And we do limited edition tags and charms, which are the brass ones. And so folks come out, and we just have a really great time.
But it's a good program to kind of really help bring business to the breweries. I mean, it's fun for our collectors, and we have a great community, but then these are small businesses too, so as part of the marketing, we're bringing added clientele, added customers into the breweries, and it really helps support some of these small businesses.
Especially in this day and age in this industry, it's been very difficult for the hospitality and the brewing industry, especially, you know, the slower winter months when there isn't as much travel. So it's something that we're really passionate about, and also about giving back, which is why we started the Veterans Day Mini Trail. We did it last year in Michigan, and then we decided to kick it off this year in Ohio. So it started on Veterans Day. It runs straight through Valentine's Day. So we kind of, it's like our Valentine for veterans. And there are different pockets throughout Ohio that have the 5 different military branches, so folks can go and collect them all in a weekend or however they choose to space it out. And then for everybody that collects all 5, we have a medallion that has an eagle, and it says home of the free because of the brave, and that's our thank you for going out and supporting the trail. And then a portion of those purchases then are being donated to the Ohio branch of the American Legion.
Is there a total amount that you all are looking to raise?
Well,
we had set a goal of trying to raise $3,000.
Yes.
Which would be a little bit more than we raised last year in Michigan. So it's kind of like, can Ohio beat
come
what
on,
Michigan
Ohio.
did?
Come on, you can do it. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just been so great. And Ohio's been wonderful to us. All of our brewery partners are great. It's an industry that neither Russ and I were in before. We were in TagaBrew. He worked in finance, and I was a teacher for 15 years. And the brewing industry is so collaborative and so creative and welcoming. And the Ohio Craft Brewers Association has been really good to us as far as making connections. And it's been wonderful. Flexibility. We get to get out of our little bubble and see new places, meet new people. And half the time, like I said before, we only live about 50 minutes from here. We'll come down here for dinner and beverages and hang out and spend an overnight.
Have a good time in Toledo. So for folks who want to participate, what local breweries in town can they go to?
They can go to Patron Saint, 60cc, Mommy Bay. Let's see if I can get them all. We've got all 3 Ernest
most
locations.
Definitely Black Frog. Chris Harris is a great guy.
Yes, yes. All 3 of the inside the 5 locations, Upside in Sylvania, Buffalo Rock. Those are all kind of the breweries around here. Great Black Swamp is another one. But we have a free app that folks can download through the App Store for Android and Apple, and it allows you to keep track of all of the tags and charms that you collect. As an interactive map that'll click. You can get directions on whatever navigational app you use to get to the breweries. And then we also have a wall of fame. So for every 100 tags you collect, you get a special medallion, tag prize, and you get acknowledgement on our wall of fame and at all of our big events.
You must have about 7.
I was just about to ask.
This is my personal collection. There is about 260, 270 on this.
Can I feel the weight of that?
I was about to say, she's got a rubber.
Yeah, I
just
have to
hold
put
it.
that so it doesn't dig into my neck.
Nice start. And I'm not saying you're lacking, but what's going on over there?
No, this is just kind of like a smaller subset, but this one shows all the charms. So it's kind of shows an example of each of the individual charms. Some of them are very custom, and some of them are kind of more tailored towards the brewery.
Yep.
But you get a good look at how all the charms kind of look out like. It just becomes a great collectible when you visit a brewery. A lot of craft beer enthusiasts start when they go to breweries, say, I want to collect a pint glass from every brewery I go to.
Or growlers, or shirts.
And then after you do about 30 places, you've filled up your kitchen cabinets with all these pint glasses.
Exactly.
I can imagine.
So we kind of think we call it like it's Pokémon with craft beer.
Yes.
I love it.
Super cool. Well, thanks you two so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us this morning.
We really
I'll
appreciate
hold on to this.
You got it. You got it.
We'll be back with more Good Day. Make sure you stay with us.